Welcome back, everyone, to Closet Chaos and Chair Confessions. We are hot off the trail, off of the holidays, and we're feeling it, aren't we?
Uh-huh.
I'm feeling it.
Well,
Yeah.
considering it's a Tuesday,
Yes.
and I even told you I was coming in on Tuesdays around the holidays, I forgot what day it was. I texted about a podcast or something because I realized it was a Tuesday, and I'm like, shit, I'm supposed to be in here.
And I was out running errands, and I was like, oh, yeah.
She's like, did you get my checklist? I'm like, be there in a jiff.
Yeah. It is what it is around the holidays. I'm sure you guys all feel it too. Like, even yesterday, I got up and I did not, well, first of all, with the wind and the weather, what it was, I didn't want
That
to get out of
doesn't make it
bed.
any better.
No.
No. Nope.
And my
the cold.
dogs were cuddling me, and I was just feeling some sort of way, and I did not want to make it in. And I made it in, and I was fine once I got here, but just getting here was I had to talk myself off the ledge.
Bit of a chore.
Yeah.
I would agree.
But Heidi said something real cute and funny before we came on, so I have to tell her, I have to have her tell you guys too.
Okay, so this is, I mean, you should listen and watch all of our podcasts because I said so.
Yeah.
But especially this one you need to watch because look what happens when I put on my glasses. What do we look like? Me with the dark hair, her with the blonde hair. Getting any Wayne's World vibes here?
Yeah, very much.
Yeah, Wayne and Garth today, y'all. You're welcome.
Yeah. And those that are like middle-aged women that like we speak to, like, because we're trying to still be relevant. That's what I always say. That's my like motto. You'll understand. Your younger people, they may remember just by seeing the nostalgic stuff that keeps coming up, but
Maybe, yeah. But
Yeah.
I seriously just aged ourselves.
I love our vibe though. I'm looking at us right now on the camera and I'm loving this. So I'm for it. Well, we are talking about being more self-aware in 2026. This is something that I wanted to talk about for a while, and we all kind of talk about just kind of recharging ourselves and getting ourselves back on track at the first of every year. It just always kind of starts that way, and we've talked a little bit about we don't do New Year's resolutions. It's kind of setting ourselves up for failure, but I have been on a health journey for the last several years. I know you have been too, a lifestyle health journey. And so that's something that I feel like our listeners could really benefit from as we go into the new year. So that's what we're talking about today. And so Heidi and I are just going to kind of share our stories about kind of where we're at, what got us to where we are, and what made us make the change. So I didn't ask you, but do you want to kind of go first and talk about your situation, or you want me to dive in?
I'm fine either way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine because everybody does have a very different story on their health journey, how they got there, the journey itself, you know, and so they're very different, but we are, I think, both headed in the direction we want to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Tell me what made your mind shift, like to start going down a better health route. And it's not just about weight loss here, folks. We're talking about everything.
Right. And for me specifically, yes, I want to lose weight. Yes, I want to feel better in my clothes and look better in pictures and all of that. But for me, I knew I wanted to go about it a certain way. And I've struggled for years. Anybody who knows me, I've been bigger for quite a few years now. I'm not comfortable. I've hated it for many, many years. And I got to a point where I think probably around COVID, when all that shit was going on and just I think just hit me that with things like that, you just never know. And I wanted to get to the point where I was healthy for myself. I think I was always doing it because, my husband wanted me to, or society, tells you have to, or whatever. And I want to be here for our boys. You know, I want to be here for Adam. I want to be here for my friends and family. I want to enjoy life. We travel a
Yes.
shit ton. And I think it hit me, you know, probably a couple years into COVID. I'm like, I've got to change something.
Mhm.
Like, I felt lazy. I felt a lot of things, and they weren't positive, but I didn't know how to change that,
Yeah.
you know. And I think a lot of people are stuck there because they don't know how to change there. And I think part of that's the mental part, mental illness part of it.
I would agree.
I was never diagnosed, but I think I have struggled for years with anxiety and depression, and just didn't know.
Yep.
So that's kind of what took me on my journey that I'm still on to this day, and have just had to figure out what works for me, which hasn't always been easy. And it led me to my health coach that I got just over a year ago. I haven't talked to her for a few months. I need to get back in touch with her, but that's the route I decided to go down, and made a lot of sense to me. And I think when you're really ready, but you have to be ready to make those changes. And apparently I clearly was not until, you know, after COVID. And once I got with my health coach, things very slowly started to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really great. I also have a health coach with my journey, but it's a little different than yours.
Mhm.
I think, what is your health coach talk to you? I know we've kind of talked in personal before. Does she give you like meal planning, prepping? No, she's more talking about lifestyle changes.
She's more, and she's more of a mental health coach.
Okay.
I knew I had to be in the right headspace before I did this, otherwise it wouldn't work.
Right.
And she guided me through the first part. I wasn't real thrilled with, but I understand why I had to go through it after I got to the second part. It was more of an app and basically creating habits, which I'm not good at. Like, I'm not good at creating habits and sticking with them in a routine with certain things. And so that's kind of what it helps you do. It helps calm your mind. And then once you get into the second part, it's basically teaching you how to be nicer to yourself. And I needed that.
We all do.
We all do. I think all of us need that. We are not very nice to each other, and that's why I've tried very hard to be positive with other people. Because yes, you can say, "Oh no, you know, when you say, "Oh, I look fat today," or you know, you can tell, "Oh no, you don't." You know, inside we know, like, we're bigger than other people, or whatever it is. You know, we have acne on our, whatever it is, our hair loss. You know, we know, we can see, we're not dumb, and so we internalize, I think, all of this, and we are so hard. And I got to the point where I hated myself. I absolutely hated myself, and it makes me want to cry because I feel bad that I got to that point, but I think a lot of people,
They do.
and here I go.
No, you're fine.
No,
You're so fine.
but these are happy tears because I'm very, very proud of myself for getting to the place I am right now. Because it has been, no, you're fine. You're fine. It has been a hell of a journey. And like, it sucks because people can't necessarily see that on the outside.
No.
But like I said, I've never been proud of myself, and I'm very proud of myself for taking these steps and knowing that this is what I needed. Because I think a lot of people, I don't know about you, you know, with your journey when it started, like what point you got to that sent you on your journey, but mine specifically, and I'm sure probably you as well, got to the point where it just, you had to do something because the inner shitstorm that we create for ourselves and getting mad at ourselves and all of that. Like, I don't know about you, but did you just always beat yourself up inside? And I feel like to a certain extent we always will.
Yes.
That's just who we are. We're women, but we can get it under control somewhat.
Yeah. And be nicer. That was the one thing that you just said that is something that really needs to drive home for everybody, is that we all just need to be nicer to ourselves. And I know it's easier said than done.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I definitely hit a point where there was a couple of things that shifted in me for my journey. And for those of you who don't know, I'm pretty open and honest about it because I don't think it's something to hide from, even from the judgy Judies out there. Because, like Heidi said, everybody has their own journey and their own situation, and how you choose to deal with it is what works for you. So don't let anybody try and put things in your head because they're just jealous or they're judgmental, and you just need to get rid of those naysayers. But
and one isn't better than the other.
No.
I mean, it's literally what works for you.
Yes. I had gastric sleeve surgery. I did not have gastric bypass. That is two separate things. Bypass is much more in depth than what they did to me. I had my surgery about 4 years ago. I'm 4 years post-op, and I will say that I have fallen off the wagon a couple of times here recently, and I can get into that. But what was the triggering point for me, Heidi, was my mom had got cancer. She got small cell lung cancer. We got through all of her treatments. She had to go through 2 rounds of radiation, 2 rounds of chemo, and then immunotherapy. And we finally got her through that. That was a couple of year process. And I said to myself, after we got her well, that I was going to focus on me because I wanted to live a long time, because I knew at that point my husband and I weren't having kids, but I knew at that point my youngest sister Peyton was, and she was pregnant with Charlie. And I was starting to have to get put on blood pressure medicine. And I've never had to be put on any other medicine besides birth control and an antidepressant. And I got put on an antidepressant when my mom got sick because it just put me over the edge. And like you, I deal with and have been dealing with anxiety and depression for a good portion of my life. However, my mom's illness set me over the edge, and I have not stopped taking them since. And I don't care what people think about it because it really does make me, like my canoe, even keel. Like it doesn't rock so much. And when I don't take my medicine, I can tell.
And you're not the only. That's another thing. It's just like people being on anxiety medication or medication for depression or whatever it is, or people seeing counselors. It's not bad things.
No,
that's your journey.
It is.
I wish the stigma behind all of that,
would stop.
Would stop.
And I think too, Heidi, with us being real and open and honest and being brave enough to talk about it, because there's so many people out there that are probably even listening to this right now and nodding their head and saying, yes, I can relate, but we don't talk about it enough. And so hopefully with us being brave enough to talk about it, that people feel more open and honest about their situation, and those naysayers will just sit down, because that's what they need to do, is sit down and not, because it's a lot of uneducation out there. It's something that you've maybe heard or made an opinion about, but you're not actually educated on the piece. Because when you're living it, it's a different situation. But I had the gastric sleeve, and what that is, if you don't know, is they take a portion of your stomach and kind of just band it off so it makes your stomach very small. So I lost a lot of weight. I've lost a total of 157 pounds over 4 years, which is huge, but it wasn't easy. And that's something that like a lot of people think with that surgery. And
I know I was one of them.
I was too for the longest time.
I absolutely thought for the longest time, because I was very uneducated. And you hit the nail on the head there when you say people are uneducated, because I was one of those people, and I judged hardcore, like, why would you do that? I don't understand. Like, that's the easy way out. Little did I know. And it was probably when you opened up to me and we, started talking more about it, that it opened my eyes. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, this is serious shit. Like, you had to do a lot. You didn't, just get the surgery and snap,
Yeah.
done.
No, it's not that way. You're so right. And when you said your mind has to be right going into it, you absolutely, no matter what you decide to do for your journey of lifestyle changes or weight loss changes or whatever it is that you're going to focus on this year, your mind has to be right. And you have to be consistent. And that is one thing that they just drove home, because the process to having the surgery was a long process. Like, I didn't just make a date one day and say, this is when I'm going to have my surgery. It was like a 3 to 4 month, like, go to the doctor, prep, weigh in, notes to the insurance company. And I know it's different for everybody because insurance does play a lot role, but they wanted to give you the education that you needed and really make sure that you were ready, because they had me go to classes, they had me go to talk to other people, they had me come in and talk to a dietitian, other doctors. So I was fully committed when I decided to have the surgery. And you have to be, if you're going to stick with it and keep the weight off, because so many people will have the surgery, not follow the rules and not follow the education that they provide to you, and stay consistent with your follow-up appointments, which I meet with a dietitian and a health coach.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
And I know you had mentioned you had to take vitamins, so before, during, after, like, are you still taking?
Yes.
Like, you have to take specific stuff, like, throughout this entire journey.
Yeah, and it's changed based on where I'm at in the process, because my body has fluctuated so much. So at the beginning, I needed X, Y, and Z vitamins, and now, because I'm 4 years out, I need X, Y, and Z vitamins. They've changed, and they monitor that for me, which is why I like that. I need somebody to help me be accountable. And that's why, even still to this day, even though I've kept the weight off, I still go to my follow-up appointments, even though I have nothing to talk about. But it keeps me accountable, and that way they can start to see if things start to change or weight starts creeping back on.
How often do you have those follow-up? Like, once a year?
Once a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It starts out after surgery. You do it every quarter.
Okay.
And then it goes out to 6 months, and then finally it's a year.
Okay.
But I will also say, I'm not going to keep this a secret either. I have been able to maintain my weight because I've been on Zepbound as well. Okay. Because I did start to see the weight come back on.
Yeah.
And I still do the lifestyle change, but there was still some weight coming back on, or that I couldn't get completely off. And they put me on that, and that was a maintenance program. And then with that help, I've been able to keep it off.
Nice.
So that's my journey. But then on top of all of that, now I'm getting into the mental stuff of things.
So your health coach that you talked about, is that somebody that you got through your surgery journey, or somebody you found afterwards?
Surgery journey.
Okay. And you still keep in touch with that person?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
They provide, so I went through the Unity Point Weight Loss Clinic. I think Mercy has their own, and I think there's a standalone Iowa Weight Loss Associate or Iowa Weight Loss. They also have a clinic. I chose to do it through Unity Point because of my insurance, and because at the time the doctor I wanted, who was world renowned, she's no longer with the practice, but she's the one that did my surgery, and I wanted her to do it.
Right.
So, but they've provided everything for me, and honestly, insurance covered it.
That's awesome.
I had to pay like a $200 or $400 at the very beginning when I started, just to kind of get things going, and that was the only out-of-pocket expense that I've had.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm proud of you, because I know now that is not an easy journey, and I think that's probably hard for people to get in that mindset of, I'm going to have this surgery, I have to stick with this stuff. you know, so I'm proud of you for
Thank you.
being able to get through that because like I said, I was kind of a hater of it and thought it was the easy way out until we started talking more about it and I was horribly wrong.
Well, so was I.
But right, you don't
So
know
I get
until
it.
you know,
Yeah.
you know. So so um with the health coaching, so you do that. So you said, you know, a lot of it's mental now too. Is that part of the health coaching or is that separate, the mental part of it? That do you talk
That's
to
separate.
somebody or okay? Because I know
That-
for me, like my health coach, it's not about food or anything. It's about the mental part.
Yeah.
So once again, I think I think also it's a little bit frustrating because there's so many things out there. How do you know what the right thing is for you?
That's exactly right.
You know,
There
because
is.
when I say health coach, my health coach is more mental, and you know, but there are health coaches just for health coach, like you said, making up grocery lists and food. What am I find my words for
Journals.
me? Yep, and
Selections of what to choose
Yep.
and what's good, like protein, what's not, what's good fats, what's not, like more of like a
making
dietitian.
menus. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Yeah. No, and you just really, I think the way you're doing it is so smart too, because there is such a huge mental piece. And if you don't get to the root cause of why you are overeating or why you are doing what you're doing, period.
Mhm.
Whether you're an addict at drugs, whether you're an alcoholic, whether you like food, whether you self-sabotage, whatever that looks like, you have got to get to the root cause of why you're doing that to yourself.
Yep.
And that is where the mental piece comes in. Because
Absolutely.
until you fix that, nothing else will change.
Nope, not at all. Not at all.
And that is where I think that is so smart. And I have noticed a huge change in you just over this last year.
Yeah.
And I've loved seeing you blossom too, because Heidi is such a wonderful, kind, patient person, you guys. Way more kind and patient than I am, for real. And I've seen her blossom, and I've been so proud of her because she has been putting up safe boundaries for herself so that people are not taking advantage of her, or that she's just, if it's not filling her cup or if it's not healthy for her, we're just not going to do it. And I've loved seeing you, but you handle yourself in such a great way.
Well, I don't feel like I do all the time.
Well, you do.
I thank you, but
Yeah.
it's hard. You know, you don't want to have to put boundaries in place, and you don't want to have to say no. And you know, it's just hard for people who are always, you know, okay, yeah, I'll help or I'll do this, or you know, it's easy to be taken advantage of, and so having to put up boundaries is hard. It's not easy, but I'm happy that I've done that.
Yeah,
So,
I am too.
Yeah.
I am too.
Yeah.
So have you had a good, because one of the things that they talk about in my journey is having a good support system. I feel like I've had a pretty good support system. My mom and my sisters have both been really good. My husband has been really good to me. I've had so many good friends too that have helped encourage me and said, "Gosh, Des, you're doing great. Just keep up the good work." And it's not in a way that like I feel like they're just trying to gaslight me. It's a genuine care, I
Right.
feel like. And they've seen the growth and the progress. And I have that. And I think that everybody needs that before you go on this journey too, whatever that looks like for you. I'm sure
Yeah.
you do. I'm sure the kids.
Yes. And this might sound funny, but I have a good support system. I just didn't know how to use it or take advantage of it.
Oh, Barry.
Because and through my journey, I found out I can be very, I can't find my words right now. I can be very stubborn, and want to do everything on my own.
Oh, I get that.
And in my head, I got myself to this point So I shouldn't need anybody else's help. I'm the one that created this. I have to get myself out of this. I shouldn't need help from anybody else. So yes, I did have a good support system, and I didn't see it. I see it now.
Yeah.
It took me probably too long to see that. But yeah, my husband and the boys and my friends, and it's my sister. It's yeah, they're good. I just needed to figure out how to lean on them through
More.
my journey. Yeah, which is hard. But yeah, very supportive.
Let me ask you, because I feel like I've had some people come up to me and say, wow, I'm so like in awe of the transformation, not just like the weight loss, but just like how I've changed as a person. Because like I said, I'm still on my journey too. I'm working through some stuff. But have you had people come up to you and say that you've inspired them to be better in whatever?
That's a hard one for me because like I said, I don't have the physical change that people notice right away. The people who are close to me and know me very well, they've noticed a change in just the way I carry myself and the way I talk and the boundaries that have gone up. So, I mean, I know they're proud of me, but I guess I don't know. Maybe they haven't. I'm not good at taking compliments still. So,
And that's something too. I get it. I do.
It's hard. So like I said, they may have said something and I'm just like, meh, you know, because I'm still on my journey. I'm not to where I want to be.
Yeah.
And so to me, I don't know. And maybe I've helped people unknowingly, and that fills my cup. I hope that that's the case. That maybe it's just through these talking or just people being in here getting their hair done, listening to us chat, you know, have just been like, oh wow, you know, that's inspiring. So I hope so.
I believe that you have. You've inspired me. And I know that I've had clients say it about you too.
Oh,
and
that's sweet.
And when you're not in the building, they always ask about you. So I know that you've made a mark on them on some level.
That's sweet.
So
that's sweet. Yeah. Well, being here has helped me grow as well, because you're very the way you handle yourself in situations, I admire, and I have not been that person. I'm very quiet about things. I can be passive aggressive. I don't like confrontation. Like, I don't like any of that. I just want to be Switzerland.
yes.
And so I've learned how to handle myself much better being here, because you've had to handle some hard situations. And so I've learned a lot being here and working with you. And so I think that's helped my growth journey as well. So
Well, I think we're realizing we're helping each other quite a bit through all of this.
yeah, I would agree.
And that's another thing, you guys, that going off of the whole like support system is surrounding yourself with people that make you better and push you to be better. Because even though I'm a little bit more brass when it comes to things, I actually really admire the way Heidi handles herself, even though she says she doesn't like confrontation. I have really admired the way she handles herself too. So she's pushed me to be better in business, better as a person, better as a woman. And so I think it's really important, no matter what journey you're on, that you surround yourself with good people, and people who don't take from you, but people who also give to you as well, not just take. Because there's a lot of people out there that will just take. And then you realize that they're draining you. So even if it's just a journey of trying to find people in your life that are good for you and make you happy and stable, and people that are like messing up your nervous system and making you feel a certain way, those people are not, they don't belong in your inner circle. They do not, because it's not healthy. So I think it's really important to make sure that you surround yourself with good people that challenge you and make you a better person.
Yeah.
Agreed. And we know that, health isn't one size fits all, and we get that, and we haven't gone into a lot of details, but I hope that this kind of changes your goals into 2026, or like helps maybe establish some goals that you want to be more consistent about, because that's just it. It's, it takes what? I think it takes 7 to 11 times of repeating yourself, consistently doing the action over and over and over again for it to actually become a lifestyle change. And sometimes it takes more than that for others.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so consistency is key. So even if I use this as an example because I'm an avid HotWorks user, but there are days or weeks that I don't go into the gym and I feel like ass. Like, I just feel like not good about myself. I'm like, dang it, you didn't make it into the gym. You probably gained weight. You've ate this and that all week. I mean, I'm talking about myself actually right now this week. I drank pop. I'm not supposed to drink pop. I've been drinking pop. I had a Big Mac for lunch, you guys. I haven't been to HotWorks in 3 days. I'm feeling like asshole right now. And I've done it to myself. But here's the thing. I know I can make the change. And so on New Year's Day, not New Year's Eve, because we're going out of town tomorrow to see my sister, but I'm going to get back into HotWorks, and I am going to start January 1 on the right track and just keep trucking along, because you can always get your horse and your carriage back on the road.
Yeah.
Don't stop. Just keep at it. Just recognize it and move on.
Yep. And, like, you can beat yourself up for a second, and be like, oh, I didn't work out today, or didn't do this or that. That's fine. Just have that moment and then be like, okay, but we're over. We're done. Yep. Move on. You don't need to keep I learned that. Don't keep beating yourself up. You're just going to put yourself in a deeper hole, and then you have to dig yourself out. I think our bodies, if you listen to it, we need a break every once in a while. Have that Big Mac every once in a while.
Yeah.
Don't go work out for 2 or 3 days, and then get back on the horse.
Yeah.
It's not, it's not sustainable when you get mad at yourself because then it's not fun anymore.
No, you're right. It's a job.
It's a job, and a job that you don't like. And so just, give yourself some grace, and just, if you don't feel like working out a day and you want to have a cheeseburger, have that cheeseburger.
That's right.
Don't beat yourself up though. And just get back on that horse.
Because you know what my doctor said, and you are so right when you say that. She said, you don't gain 15 pounds overnight, although we all think we do.
Right.
You don't become a drug addict overnight, although that's what it seems like.
Right.
You don't become an alcoholic overnight, even though that's what it seems like. It's a series of consistent bad choices. So if you just break that cycle, you just keep breaking that cycle, you will get back on track.
Yep.
And you've got to have a positive mindset.
Absolutely.
And not take yourself down, because that's one thing I did before I made the change in my life too. And I don't know if you did this, but I would be like, well, I'm already fat and ugly. What is me eating this? And I would eat a whole pie by myself. Because I've got a sweet tooth.
Oh, yeah.
And so I would talk to myself like that. You're already fat. I mean, what is it going to be like if you just... And then I just kept getting fatter and fatter and more depressed and more hateful towards myself.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to break that cycle.
You do. And that's why it's just such a mind game. It's a big old mind fuck that you're doing to yourself all the time.
Yeah.
And somehow you've got to change that. And I knew that I needed to change that, because I got to the point as well. I was awful to myself. I already look like this, what's one more bag of chips or, whatever it was. And I was awful to myself. So just changing that mindset, the better you talk to yourself, and it's going to take time. I've been on my journey for over a year now, and I'm still not there. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of my progress, but it's not going to happen overnight.
That's
Nothing
right.
happens overnight.
Yeah.
And so just, reach out to one of us
If
because
you
we've
need
been
us-
on totally different journeys.
Yes.
You know, you can talk to both of us and figure out, you know, maybe if either one of our journeys is for you, or if it gives you ideas for a different journey,
That's
because
right.
it's you got to have a good support system and people who will be honest with you, because it's not fun at times.
No, it's not, and it's not easy. It's
No.
not.
No.
And we're the first ones that'll tell you that too.
Mhm.
But if you keep your right mindset, you
Mhm.
get support around you, you ask the questions, you educate yourself. That is one thing that I've really
Yeah.
realized is just really educating yourself.
Yep. Yep.
And then, okay, so come to us, ask us questions, but then do your own research.
Yeah.
Because that is what I
Yeah.
found too.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
sometimes I just listen to what people say instead of actually doing my own research. And although they're not completely wrong, they're not always completely right either. So take it with a grain of salt. But please do, like Heidi said, reach out to us if you need anything. That's what we're here for.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Are we ready for a quick fire question?
Sure.
Okay. All right. One habit you're officially done forcing.
I'm done forcing things that don't bring me joy.
I like that.
I've just, for the longest time, forced myself to do things because it would make other people happy.
Yep.
And I can't do that anymore because that's the hole I dug myself into.
Yep.
So
I get that. That tracks, and
Yep.
that's a good one.
yeah. Something your body asked for this year that you finally listened to.
Gosh, there's a couple of them. I will say working out, going to Hot Works. I really needed that in my life. It's been really positive for me. But then also kind of piggybacking off of what you said, listening to my nervous system of when people or things aren't bringing me joy, it's okay to say no to them, and it's okay to just not do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just okay.
Yep. Period.
Yeah, period. Listen to yourself. Listen to your nervous system. Your body will tell you.
And absolutely will. And
You know,
we've gotten good at ignoring.
Yeah. If somebody
ourselves.
makes you tense, they're not good for you.
Mm-mm.
Just
Mm-mm.
period.
Yep. Yep.
All right. A wellness trend you're over.
Dieting.
Yeah.
I hate that word.
I do too.
I don't use it anymore. It's stupid. Dieting has got to go.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dieting. No.
Yep. One thing you're proud of that has nothing to do with looks.
Focusing on being intentional. Intentional with my work, intentional with my personal life, intentional with the people I surround myself with, all of it.
I love
Being
that.
more intentional.
Perfect. That's
Yeah.
a great answer.
All right. Your bare minimum health habit on a chaotic week.
Taking my supplements,
Yes.
my vitamins, my supplements. That is the bare minimum. If I get nothing else done, I am on track with those
Yeah.
all the time.
That's really, really
'Cause
good.
I feel good on them.
Yes.
I feel
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, that's good. That's a non-negotiable. That's really good.
Yep, absolutely. A mindset you're leaving in 2025.
Stress, emotional stress. Yeah.
Leave that shit behind.
Yeah, I don't
Get
want
rid
to.
of that
I'm
bitch.
done with that. Yeah.
She's dumb.
She is dumb, and I'm not taking her with.
She's an emotional, I don't know. I had a
Wrecking
word.
ball.
That too. She's a sucker. She sucks the life out of you.
She does. It's
Damn
not
bitch.
healthy. Damn bitch is right. We don't want her anymore. Somebody else take her. One word you want 2026 to feel like.
Alive.
That's
I want it to
great.
feel alive.
I think it will.
Yeah.
We're on to something really good here.
Yeah.
And that is something I heard, I think it was yesterday. I was listening to a podcast. I listen to a lot of other podcasts and I listen to a lot of educational things, but
Yeah.
somebody said it's always the darkest before the dawn.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like we have had a dark year off and on. I mean,
Yep.
not all of it's been dark. We pushed and persevered through. but
Right. Right.
It is the darkest before the dawn, and you are going to be alive for 2026, and I think that's amazing.
Yep. Yep.
I love it.
I feel it. Okay. Coffee before movement or movement before coffee?
Well, movement before coffee because I don't drink coffee. I rarely drink coffee.
I would agree. I have to have my movement before coffee. My husband has 2 shots or a shot of espresso, I don't know, before he works out every I'm just like, I don't know how you do that. I don't know how people. I have an old trainer that I used to train with, and she would bring her coffee down and drink it while working. I'm like, nope.
But I will tell you a secret, you guys, and this may be TMI for some of our listeners, so you can just ignore this if you want to, or just tell me I'm gross. I don't care.
I think we're probably going to be on the same page here.
If I need to go to the restroom, I will drink a cup of coffee and work out, and then I will be just golden the rest of the day. And I think you catch my drift.
You're not wrong. We are definitely on the same page.
It's a natural accident for me. So if I haven't gone in a few days, you bet your ass I'm
having a cup of coffee
and then working out.
I love it.
So that was a 2-parter question. Sorry, guys.
But she's not wrong.
No. And I think a lot of you women will relate, especially if you don't have a gallbladder.
Well, yeah, facts.
Yeah.
I don't have that problem, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Something you're still working on and not hiding anymore.
This is a hard one because I've not really been hiding it, but I'm still working on just making myself better health-wise and mental-wise, and I think just being more open about it to people. I'm open to most everybody, but sometimes I hold back because I don't know the person very well.
Yeah.
So maybe just not holding back as much on my journey. If people want to know about it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think you can really help a lot of people. And I understand why you hold back, and I totally get that too.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up today, guys. I've really enjoyed this podcast. It's something that is near and dear to my heart. It's obviously something that I live every single day. Many of us do. It's just what season and journey we're on. But you don't need a perfect plan. You're not behind. You're doing just fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. Your body isn't the enemy. Health is a relationship. It's not a punishment. And we're all just doing the best that we can every single day, and just got to get back on track.
Absolutely.
Always. If we get back off, we just get back on. That's how it works.
That's just life.
That's right. So if you're walking into this year a little softer, a little wiser, or way more self-aware, you're doing it right. And we encourage you to reflect, not completely overhaul your life, just kind of like take inventory on what is filling your cup for 2025 into 2026 and what is not, and what can you do, what can you control, because you can only control what you can control. And so what is it that you can control and make changes to make your life better in 2026? Reflect on that as we send you off for our next podcast.
Because if you're not your best self, then you're not being your best self for everybody else, and it just
it goes downhill from there, you guys. And
it does.
I think that's the perfect ending to our podcast. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.
Have a happy new year.